Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday morning drive. This is another request video, actually. I had a viewer who wanted me to visit Rojas and a couple of cities on the way up there. So, this video is going to be pretty long. I will divide it up into about 1 hour episodes. So, let's see how far we get today. Buckle up, people. Here we go. It is a nice weather today. It will probably be very hot and sweaty during the day. The sun is merciless when it's shining from a clear blue sky. But we have a long way to go today, so we will see how the weather will be through this trip. They have opened a gate at the Glen, as we have talked about before, but the gate is open, but the main road is not done yet, so you have to do a detour into the smaller streets of the subdivision, and there is a lot of traffic going on there, especially in the evenings. So most people are still using this entrance to don't have to be stuck in traffic over there. I'm not sure when they're gonna be done with Main Street, but as always, the time they have set aside for the construction is not nearly enough, so we will see in the coming weeks. In today's video we will visit Leganes, Saraga and Pototan. That is about how far we get in 1 hour. Some traffic here today. Jeepney waiting for more passengers. As it's been a custom for me, I have to mention that here to the right we have the Pepsi plant here in Iloilo. As I said, this is a Saturday morning, not very early, it is just before 10 I think. So it's already starting to get hot and the sun is scorching already. So we are gonna stay the night up in Roxas City, and on Sunday morning, morning, we will take a drive home, but we will go the other way along the coastal road to see how that is over there. I have never driven that road before, so that will be fun for me as well. It turns out that I didn't have that much fun because it was really heavy rains for quite some parts of our drive home, but that is for a later video. Much traffic here today, not going very fast. Usually it's a much faster drive here to come to Savannah main gate and so on. the tricycle there to the left. And finally we're getting close to the main entrance. Took a while today. So here are the main entrance to Savannah Subdivision. We mentioned this gas station here to the left. They are actually open by now. This video is about a week old. I'm a week behind on editing and posting my videos. So it's open for business now. Still a lot of traffic here. I always try to be careful when you pass a parked car like this, because they might open their door, and I actually had quite a close call on that one the other day. Someone just opening the door just when I was passing. Fortunately, I wasn't driving too fast, so I was able to avoid it, but it could have turned out bad. So have that in mind when you're passing the parked cars here in the Philippines. Or anywhere, actually. It happens everywhere, of course. The yellow signs here to the left is a nice bakery. They have still not repaired this street. They will dig up the other day, but I hope they will fix it soon, because it actually causes quite a bit of slower traffic here. We're lucky in this intersection, getting past without having to stop. I've been talking a lot about this flyover here. It was supposed to be open for traffic in 15th of September. No, it was supposed to be done in end of September and open for traffic on October 15th. Then I read some officials that were saying we are hoping it will be done until end of year. And then the contractor said that we are 1 month behind. So he asked for a month's extension. So if he is true to his word, this flyover should be open in just about 14-15 days or so. I don't see that happening. So it took us 10 minutes just to go this far. Usually this is what, 5-6 minutes drive. So the traffic today wasn't that fast. I don't know what was going on, but people were driving kind of strange today, slow and somewhat, yeah, I don't quite know. It was something going on, something in the air today. And I mean, this car there, the black one, has had his turn signal on for what, 2 minutes now? I'm all for use of the turn signals, but there had to be some kind of reason in how you use them. Wowza, he was in a hurry all of a sudden. The ambulances here are mostly just a taxi service because they don't have any equipment on board. Best case scenario, they have some oxygen. I've even heard they don't even have any chairs or beds to lie on. You have to lie on the floor if you are really hurt. I guess that is depending on the ambulance and company and barangay and city and whatnot. But it isn't like the Western world ambulances where they have defibrillators and lots of drugs and stuff to help you out. So yeah, the ambulances are not up to the standard we're used to from our Western countries, that's for sure. So here we are again at the famous Anka flyover, or infamous flyover. Let's see how the traffic is here today. There is a traffic enforcer, probably is. It's just on Sunday mornings, there are no traffic enforcers. At least today there is no one throwing up garbage off the car, like we did in the last video. I really get furious when I see that. As usual, it is not my thing to try to change the world here in the Philippines. But that is, for me, common sense to don't throw plastic and stuff in the nature. So I hope this will change over the coming years, so we will have a better environment here. City Mall Pavia to the left here. I mentioned it many times before, but we might have some new viewers today. In Sweden we have machines that do the sweeping on the streets. Here they do it by hand. I've seen them clean the whole street by just a broom. Not what we're used to from back home. As I said before, there's a lot of new subdivisions being built here to the right. And here they actually are offloading the bricks by hand. No forklift or anything to help here. So we're coming up to our traffic light here. Let's see if we can manage to get around the traffic here today. Backseat driver is not a big fan of the sneaky. I'm guessing we're not gonna make it on this green light. Let's do some sneaky anyways. I'm not doing that much sneaky. I just stop here because behind the uncle with his pedal driven tricycle. Here we go. He's doing his best to keep up with traffic. Getting tired just watching him. So are we gonna make this green light? He's pedaling like crazy. Are we gonna make it? Yes, we made it, but just before it turned red. Lots of traffic going in the other direction as well. It's a really busy Saturday morning here. So we will take a left here and see how this road is. For returning viewers, you might have seen when we got stuck behind traffic here on this road due to a truck breaking down and being road work going on and everything. Last few times we have driven past here, it's been okay. They are of course not done with the construction yet, but there haven't been any traffic jams or that kind of stuff. Yeah, we made it past without any obstructions. Still quite a lot of traffic going on, but it will decrease now when we are leaving Iloilo. Then usually there can be some traffic in Leganes and Saraga due to markets and stuff, but we will see when we get there. Lots of trucks out this morning, and as someone said in the comments of one video, that trucks means that the economy is blooming. Construction is going on, and yeah, there is a lot of things going on here in Iloilo. There is construction everywhere, and refurbishments and renovations and stuff. Everything to be a better city. Someone asked about the temperatures here, and I would say that it is just above 30 degrees about every day. Can go down to 27, 28 when it's a cloudy day, but mostly it is 30 plus. Not that often it goes over 35. It has happened when I've been here, but mostly 30, 31, 32 degrees. In the shade, of course, much hotter when you're in the sun. That's why everyone try to stay in the shadows. When you stop your bike and stuff, you always try to find a shaded place so you can do your stuff. wide load coming on and people wanted to cross the road. Something I've learned to do more here is use my horn. As most Filipinos use it to communicate and tell people, here I am, I'm coming here, please do not move. It is not that much honking in anger here, it's mostly for informational purposes. This concrete road is pretty new, or this lane in concrete, so it's very smooth and nice to drive on. We're coming up here to the junction where we're gonna take a right to go to Leganes. Here we are. Let's take a right here. We have been here before for returning viewers, so this is just going straight down to Leganes. Big warehouse here to the right. I'm not sure for what, but it is big and it is used. I have a little chat there. I think they are friends. Another big warehouse here. Bit of traffic here in this junction. It is just in the middle of Leganes. Just across the street is the plaza. Usually we should just go to the left here to go to Saraga, but since the viewer had asked for Leganes, I was thinking that in every city or town we're coming through, if they have a plaza, we could drive around it, because that is usually the city center. Careful here, don't want to be crushed by this truck. So the plaza is here to the left, Leganes Plaza. So I was thinking take a loop around it. That means to go to the left up here in this next little junction. Of course the truck is also going there. don't want to get crushed by him when he's turning. But now when I got up on this street, they have actually closed the street going to the plaza from here. Usually you could turn a left here, but that is closed now, and no more. So no more plaza for us here in Leganes. We have to go around a little bit further here. Of course, the truck is going the same way, stirring up all this dust for me to inhale, so I can sneeze a bit later. I usually do a lot of sneezing when driving around, because there is a lot of dust flying around. Quite bad road here. A lot of passenger on that truck bed over there. So I just want to go straight here. Lots of traffic here in Leganes. And here we can take a left. Just let that car pass first. Here we go. We have a church on the right. And to the left, a bit in, is the plaza. You can see it from here. There is a gymnasium where there is a market, and after the church here to the right is the actual public market. I have done a video on that, so if you want to see how that is, you can check it out in my channel. So let's take a right here and go to Saraga. I mentioned it before, the yellow buses is Zarraga. It's a big bus company that takes you everywhere you need to go. Quite some traffic here in Leganes this Saturday. But it should ease up now. No rush there, crossing the street. This little tricycle blocking the lanes. Lot of Zarraga buses today. A beer delivery here to the right. Some coke, it seems like. Actually really nice and smooth roads here. It's been newly paved, I think. Oops, a bit of traffic jam here. Let's see what's going on. don't know. Probably some tricycle or something that wanted to do a turn or something. No more newly paved road here, so it's a little bit shaky again. I have mentioned it before, you have to be careful when you are driving up on a bridge, because the connection between the bridge and the road is not that smooth. And if you drive too fast, especially on a bike, you can have an accident. Here you could take a left turn to go to straight towards Pototan. But since the viewer has to see Saraga, we will actually go down here this way. Then we will pass the plaza to the right, and then we'll take a left to go to Pototan. We have driven to Saraga many more times, usually from the other way, but today we're gonna come this way, and we will pass the plaza. Plaza is coming up in a little while to the right. Here we are, we have the plaza to the right. So this is Saraga. Usually we come from the left up here and just continue straight down, and then you go out to Dumangas. So we have passed here many times. The public market is also up to the right here. But today we're going the other way because we are going to Roxas. So we're gonna take a left-hand turn here. Yes, let's go. There we have this issue again with not using the accelerator. Just go slow. But eventually we got there. So usually when we're coming on this road, we go straight ahead to go home, or we come from the other way to go through Saraga to go to Dumangas. But today we take a right here and go towards Pototan. So this road is a first on my channel, so this one is a new experience for all my viewers. Nice and smooth road again, newly paved. That is always nice. The Ceres liner seems to have two different kind of buses, the air-conditioned ones and the one without air condition. The without air condition has a cheaper fare than the other ones. I don't know if it's available on every line or if it's just on some places, but I have seen that, for example, if you want to go up to Boracay, they have air-conditioned or non-air-conditioned to choose from. some riding on the cargo here on the truck. Must be nice and windy, I guess. Not so hot. Fully loaded jeepney there. I wonder if there is any restrictions for how much things you are allowed to have on your roof. Not that smooth ride anymore. No more smooth, newly paved roads here. Drying some rice there to the right. There's a lot of rice drying going on at this time of year. Here comes an air-conditioned bus. All the windows are open because otherwise it will be too hot. another non-air conditioned bus. I haven't tried them yet, but someday I guess. So welcome to Pototan. We will drive through here and take a trip around their plaza to see how that looks like. Lots of people riding on the back of that truck. And as soon as you get into a town, there is always more traffic. As we can see up here, we have Jollibee. So they are happy in this little town. Jollibee is always a place that is full of customers. So we're actually going left here up towards the plaza. This is a nice little town. They have a lot of Christmas decoration. I think it will be very nice during the nighttime here. Unfortunately, we are not here during the nighttime this time. More people riding on top of the cargo here. For me that looks kind of dangerous, but that is how they do it here. Here we have the plaza to the right. Have a nice big Christmas decoration there, I think. I think it will be really nice when it's lit up. So we're just gonna take a right here and follow the plaza around. Fat finger there in the view. Really nice church here, white and blue. Very nice plaza indeed. We have been here once before, just passing by. This might be a little town you need to visit again and do some videos about. We will see in the future. Here to the right is Prince Hypermart, a big supermarket. So we're gonna take a left here and continue towards Passi City. Here to the right is the Western Visayas State University campus. Again, we have this slow acceleration after a turn. I don't know why. I mean, there is nothing on the road ahead. It's just go, go, go. But yeah, fortunately, I can take my bike outside and just pass them. Really long cargo on this tricycle. At least there was some kind of warning at the end of it. It seems like everything fits on a tricycle here in the Philippines. I have seen many strange things being transported on those things. They always find a way. That is a fully loaded jeepney there. Nice and smooth, newly paved road again. That is one of my wishes here in the Philippines, that they would upgrade all the roads to this standard. That would mean much in the case of smooth transportation and easy to ride, and it will cut down on travel times, because sometimes you really have to go slow because the roads are really bad. So we are getting close to the end of part 1 of our road trip to Roxas City. We will continue after we have changed our batteries and stuff. And next stop or next city is Passi City on our way to Roxas. So as usual, thanks for watching, and if you like it, please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video where we will go to Passi City. So have a nice day.